everyone, thanks for joining me today. The next Cloud POS update will be on Monday the 20th of March at 7 p.m. This development cycle has included a lot of work on Cloud POS 2.0, the brand new user interface for the point of sale. I'll take a few minutes to run through Cloud POS 2.0, the difference that will make to your day-to-day operations and the progress that we've made so far. Then we'll take a look at the other highlights from this release. We've seen a huge amount of change over the past year, creating quite a challenging economic climate. As well as that, good staff are more expensive and scarcer than before. In times like this, forward-thinking companies often turn to technology to help their teams to do more with less. And that's what we're going to support with a brand new Cloud POS user interface, or UI. It is radically faster. Each person will be able to complete transactions and process web orders that much faster, making everybody more productive and creating more capacity for work without increasing labour costs. The functionality is all the same, so you can still do all of the same things that you currently can, but the layout is more simple and it's easier to navigate, and as I said before, it's radically faster. Searching for and adding products is rapid, so you're not waiting around. Cloud POS works at your pace. On top of that, the new UI is really great to use on an iPad. So it's perfect for those more consultative sales where you're giving advice and working with the customer to find the right product for them. You'll be able to take Cloud POS on an iPad with you round the store, adding items as you go, and if you need to order anything in for the customer, you can easily create the work order on the spot instead of having to take the customer back to the till with you. As you can see from the overview, we've got a nice clean layout. It's sleek and modern. Across the top is the super fast search, which makes it much easier to find and add items. Everyone that has seen this in action so far has commented on just how fast that search is now. On the left, you've got a really simple menu that logically groups together all the actions that you've currently got in Cloud POS. And in the centre are the items on the transaction that you've currently got going, and you can expand that for more information on each item as you need it. On the right-hand side, you've got this summary box, giving you all the key info at a glance. So we'll take a look at this menu in a bit more detail. When you tap on an icon, the menu expands out to show all the options in that category, and you can pin it so it stays out if you prefer. As you can see, these options are all related to the sale that's on screen right now. You can change the transaction type to the work order or workshop job, etc. You can clear the sale, park the sale, all the options that you've already got. As I say, it's really intuitive, so it'll become second nature in no time. It's going to make getting new staff up to speed easier too, because it's quick to pick up how it works and to find what you need. This is the summary box on the right. As you can see, we've got the customer info at the top, and you've also got the customer rewards balance always on screen, nice and handy. It highlights in red any key information that's missing, like an email or a contact number, and that's a great prompt for staff on the shop floor to ask for that info and make sure you can contact the customer as you need, maybe add them to your email marketing and sign them up to your loyalty scheme. The transaction summary info is just below that, so it's easy to see how many items are on the transaction and the values at a glance. Overall, the appearance is much more modern and clean, as well as being faster and easier to use. The team have made really good progress, and we've already hit the big milestone of successfully putting the first transaction through on Cloud POS 2.0. We know that although the functionality is the same, it is quite a big change when everything looks different, so we're going to do everything we can to make the transition smooth and easy. Over the next few months, we'll be sharing more about the new user interface, what it looks like, and when we'll begin rolling it out. We'll be providing training and support to help everyone feel confident on Cloud POS 2.0, and we're planning to launch a beta version so that everyone has the chance to use Cloud POS 2.0, but the current user interface will still be available. So that means that everyone from the business owner to occasional Saturday staff will have the opportunity to get confident on Cloud POS 2.0 before we fully switch over. As I said, there's been a lot of work on Cloud POS 2.0 in this development cycle, but you won't see any changes until it's rolled out later this year. This release, though, does include some changes from our customer feedback forum, Canny. One of those is on customer statements. So when you send out a statement to customers who've got a credit account with you, they now include the details of the grace period in the top left section. You might have different grace periods for different customers, so it's great to have that nice and clear on the statement so the customer knows when they need to pay. We've also made a change to Book My Bike In from customer feedback, more specifically to the controls in the workshop module that change your available dates on bookmybikin.com. We used to have a setting called bookings per day, which has now been replaced with max drop-offs per day. So this has come directly from user feedback, and because it's actually in Cloud POS, we've been able to make this change ahead of the planned Book My Bike In update, which is later this year. So, if you have your max drop-offs per day set to 3, like we do in this example, when you've had 3 customers choose the same drop-off date on bookmybikin.com, that date becomes unavailable, so other customers online won't be able to choose that date to drop their bike off. Of course, you can still schedule more work on that day, and it doesn't take into account anything that's already booked in your workshop calendar. It only affects the available dates on Book My Bike In. There is also this indication of how that's affected your next available date, just there. And you also have a list of the unavailable dates due to the max drop-offs being reached on the right-hand side. That gives you a quick and clear overview of which dates aren't available to your customers because they've already hit your max drop-offs limit. There is a Book My Bike In webinar on the Citrus Lime YouTube channel if you'd like to find out a bit more about that online workshop booking feature. Finally, for those of you who use our API to build your own integration to Cloud POS, we've created a new API endpoint for purchase order creation, so it's now possible to create a new purchase order in Cloud POS through the API. I'll be uploading this webinar to the Citrus Lime YouTube channel later this afternoon. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any product update news. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.